Okay, please someone confirm if my screen is visible. Okay then. So let's get it started. So we are discussing about what we are discussing about ArrayList collection framework. Collection framework, I have already given you the hierarchy of the collection framework in the diagrammatical representation, right? And we have just started discussing about ArrayList. Okay, so ArrayList, it is a class. It is one of the classes in the collection framework, right? And if you talk about the implementation, I hope you remember this, right? The implementation diagram. Okay, so there is a collection interface. In the collection framework, we have what? We have the collection interface. Okay, and list interface is extending to collection interface, and array list is a class. Okay, that is implementing the list. So this is how the hierarchy is there for the array list. Okay, I hope you remember this. A simple hierarchy, very simple to remember. So since we are discussing about the array list, okay, we must understand what kind of interfaces and what kind of classes are making a relationship with the array list, right? So this collection is an interface. Okay, list is also an interface. Okay, and array list is what? Array list is a class. Please remember, array list is a class. We are discussing about this. Yes or no? We are discussing about this, right? And we have also discussed about what? Anyone joined in? So we have also discussed about what? Okay, so ArrayList was introduced in JDK 1.2 version. Okay, so the points are self-explanatory. Why self-explanatory? By looking at the diagram, you can add 2 points. Okay, ArrayList is implementing list interface. So implements, because there is a relationship between ArrayList and the list interface. So what kind of relationship is that? A parent and child relationship, but list is an interface, so ArrayList is implementing list interface. Okay, so second point is also clear, and it is introduced in JDK 1.2 version. Okay, and ArrayList is in not only the ArrayList, the collection framework itself is in java.util package. Okay, when you download Java, okay, there are a lot of libraries inside the Java software. Lot of libraries are there, lot of predefined libraries. Okay, it is even though it is countable, there are a lot of libraries that are available in the Java software. Okay, this collection library is one among them. Okay, so this collection library is in which package? Java.util package. Please remember this, java.util package. Okay, java.util.star. Okay, so inside the java.util package, you have the collection framework. Okay, the same word that I have mentioned here, right? By default, the initial capacity of the array list is 10. Okay, so what is initial capacity? We have discussed that when you create an array list, okay, internally the RAM, inside the RAM, it is going to occupy 10 sequential spaces, right? 10 continuous spaces. Okay, and array list and index base, we know that index will be generated and insertion order is preserved. Okay, array list allows duplicate values. We have seen why it is allowing duplicate values. Array list does not follow sorting order because it is following insertion order. Insertion order is preserved. Okay, array list allows heterogeneous element for non-generic type and homogeneous element for generic type. And we have also discussed about the incremental capacity, right? And when you want to retrieve the data frequently, you can go for array list. It is faster to retrieve data when you use what? When you use array list. Okay, so things are good so far. And so I was saying in the last class, I was saying that ArrayList is a non-synchronized in nature. So you keep these points in the mind. Okay, non-synchronized means only one thread can, many number of threads can access to the ArrayList simultaneously. I will tell you what is it. So remember this point, ArrayList is a non-synchronized in nature. It is not a thread safe. Okay? And the 15th point is it cannot be used in the multi-threaded environment. Okay, 16th one is its performance is high Hi, because it is non-synchronized. Don't worry about this point, I will explain you. Synchronized. And the last point that we have is it lacks data consistency. Okay, so this synchronization and non-synchronization, we are going to discuss these topics. Okay, this five set of points is going to make more sense in the future classes when I start taking the multi-threading concept. Okay, for now I will give you the small briefing about this. So when I say it is non-synchronized, okay, when I say it is non-thread safe, when I say it cannot be used in a multi-thread environment, or when I say it lacks data consistency, what does it really mean is, so when you create an object, okay, for example, whenever you are creating an object, array list, okay, array list obj equal to new array list. Okay, so because of this line, what happens by default, uh, the capacity is going to be 10, yes or not, if you remember or not. By default the internal capacity is going to be what? 10. Okay, internal capacity is 10 by default. Okay, and so this is what? This is an object, right? This is an object. What is the name of this object? obj. Only 9 are there. Let me add one more thing. 10 spaces will be created by default. Okay, so when I say it is non-synchronized, we already know that there is a main thread. What is it? We already know that main thread. The purpose of main thread is what? It is going to execute all the instructions that is placed inside the main method, yes or no? Okay. This main thread is responsible to execute all instructions that is placed inside the main method. Okay, if you keep a requirement that the main thread is has to access this object, okay, like main thread. Okay, main thread is the thread that is generated by the JVM. Remember, main thread is something that is generated by the JVM, Java Virtual Machine. Okay, you have nothing to do with the main thread. Main thread is automatic. It will be generated by the JVM. And again, you as a programmer, okay, Java is giving you some options to do what? To create your own threads. Okay, this can be thread 1 and this can be thread 2. Okay, Java is giving you this option to create what? To create your own threads. That is nothing but the control flow, the instructions. Okay, this can be the this is the user defined thread T1. This is T2. Okay, what I'm saying, usually the main thread will be created. Main thread gets access to the main thread. Okay, these things will happen internally and JVM will take care of this. Okay, you as a user, by using this multi-threading concept is one of the concepts in Java where you have an option to create your own threads. Okay, create your own thread. You can create n number of threads and you can pass an instruction in such a way that this thread can access to any object or any method. Okay, for example, if simultaneously thread 1 is accessing this object and thread 2 is accessing the same object, okay, simultaneously the same object, and main thread is also accepting the same object simultaneously. Okay, so parallelly, for example, if you want to maintain the perfect data, okay, so this concept is called as what? The non-synchronization. Okay, when you are allowing, please remember this point. Okay, just keep this in mind. You are going to see a lot of things about this thread, these things in the multi-threading examples. Okay, that is a future topic. Okay, if you allow multiple threads, okay, this is step T1, okay, and this is T2. If you allow multiple threads to access to an object at the same time, okay, then this kind of nature, this kind of behavior is called as what? The non-synchronization. Okay, this object is, okay, this obj is being accessed by JVM thread, which is also called as main thread, and the user defined thread, which is T1, and the second user defined thread, which is T2. Okay, when this is happening, it means the nature is what? The non-synchronized nature. This concept is called as what? Non-synchronization. Synchronization. Okay, ArrayList is non-synchronized. Why it is non-synchronized? Because multiple threads. This is thread 1, this is thread 2, this is thread 3. JVM thread T2 and T1. They can access the same object at the same time because it is non-synchronized in nature. Very simple. Non-synchronization means multiple threads can access to this object at the same time. For example, if you're a bachelor, okay, if you're pursuing your education, definitely if you choose a college that is not in your city, you have to travel to Chennai, if you have to travel to Hyderabad, what you usually do, you take an hostel or you take a room, right? Usually you take a room and you will be what, you won't stay alone always, okay, you will be staying with your friends. Okay, let us say that in your room there are 3 persons. Okay, this is person 1, okay, and this is you, okay, and this room is being shared by 3 persons. Okay, so when the 3 persons are maintaining one room, okay, when they are sharing a room, they divide the work, right? The work in the room, okay, a lot of work could be there inside a room. Okay, cooking work is there, right? Cleaning work is there, right? And we have water. Okay, so many things are there that needs to be taken care. Yes or no? Cooking work is there. Okay, someone has to cook, someone has to clean, okay, and someone has to do what? Someone has to take care of the maintenance. Okay, buying groceries, things like that. Right? So these are the things that needs to be taken care when you're maintaining a room. Right? You divide all these 3 works, which means person 1 is taking care of cooking, okay? Person 2 is taking care of cleaning, person 3 is taking care of maintenance. Okay, if all the three things are taken care by only one person, okay, if only one person is very disciplined in your room, and if he himself is taking care of cooking, cleaning and maintenance, okay, this person has to invest a lot of time. For example, let us say that this person is investing 3 hours. Lot of time needs to be, because for cooking 1 hour, for cleaning 1 hour, for maintenance 1 hour. Okay? And if all these 3 works are shared by these 3 people, definitely, okay, the amount of time is going to be reduced, and each and every person is going to consume 1 hour. Okay, within 1 hour, okay, parallelly all these 3 things will be completed. Okay, cooking will be taken care by the first person, cleaning will be taken care by second person, and maintenance will be taken care by third person. All 3 things can happen at the same time parallelly, and the time consumption is 1 hour. Yes or no? So it is just like this. When you are allowing, so by looking at this, can we say that the performance is high? Performance is a context in the room environment. Okay, when people are sharing the things will be done in a short period of time. When something is done in a short period of time, don't you think that we can call it as a performance? I mean, the performance is high. Likewise, if you are allowing multiple threads to access to an object at the same time, that concept is called non-synchronization. Okay, because of this non-synchronization, okay, because of this non-synchronization, its performance is high because of non-synchronization. Its performance is high because of what is non-synchronization? You got an idea. When an object is being accessed by multiple threads at the same time, non-synchronization. By the concept of non-synchronization, okay, what we are achieving the performance. So these 2 points are making little sense now. Okay, these 2 points are making little sense now. Now what is it? Lacks data consistency. Okay, Trust me, these 5 points will be very clear in the multi-threading topic. That is a future topic. For now, understand few things. Non-synchronization means what? When you hear the word non-synchronized, you just imagine that one object can be accessed by multiple threads at the same time. That is non-synchronization. Okay. When you achieve non-synchronization, you are also achieving what? Performance. Are you getting these points at least? Yes or no? Are you getting the correlation between non-synchronization performance? Yes, no. Is it yes? Everyone answer only. So just keep the theory in mind. Okay, just keep the theory in mind. Practically, we are going to see a lot. So non-synchronization and performance. This is the correlation. Okay. So what is the data consistency? What is the data consistency? It lacks data consistency. What does it mean? See, let us take this cookie. So when I say cooking should always be taken care by what? Okay. You cannot allow two persons to cook one food at the same time. Why? Okay. You cannot allow. If you cannot allow all these three persons to do what? To do cooking at the same time. For example, if you are if you are a roommate, okay, and if you want to cook chicken curry, you want to cook what? You want to cook chicken curry. Okay. So when this is the plan, okay, one of them has to take responsibility to complete the chicken curry, which is cooking. Okay. If three persons are getting involved to cook the chicken curry at the same time, what will happen? What will usually happen? Okay, we can say that, sir, the curry, chicken curry, does it takes more number of time? Cooking is just a kind of what we call it as, it is a constant time, right? Okay, if 10 persons are involved for a cooking, it doesn't mean that it will take only 1 hour. Even though if there are 10 persons or if there are 20 persons, okay, the time that is going to take depends upon the temperature, depends upon the flame, external fire, right? But if you involve three persons to cook a chicken curry, okay, what will happen? This first person will go outside, will be out of the kitchen room, okay, and the second person will also be out of the chicken room. Okay, so many ingredients are required to make the chicken curry, right? So you need to add salt, you need to add masala, so many things are involved. Okay, so this first person, okay, he will be under the impression that, okay, let us add 2 teaspoons of salt. 2 teaspoons of salt. Okay, and and he closed the chicken lid. I mean, he closed the bowl lid where the chicken is being cooked. Okay, and he goes outside for 10 minutes. Now second person is going to the kitchen. Okay, he don't know that the first person has already added the salt. Okay, and second person will be under the impression that, okay, the salt is not added, he will also add 2 teaspoons of salt. Okay, and he's going to think that, okay, salt has been added, let the curry get cooked. Okay, till that let me spend some time outside. Now third person will come inside. Okay, he will be under the impression that the salt is not added, or it's not only salt. Okay, the chili powder is not added. This time you will have chili, you will add 4 teaspoons of chili powder. Okay, so he did his job, he goes outside. Now first person is coming back to the kitchen room. Okay, he was under the impression that only salt was added, let me add the chili powder. Okay, he will also add the chili powder. Okay, what I'm trying to say is, for the cooking, if more than one person is involved, okay, the curry that is going to be made is not going to be like curry. Even the curry will become unfit to be eaten by the humans, as well as even dogs will not touch the curry. Okay, if people are sharing the cooking. Okay, some things are there where only one person needs to be done. Of course, you can say that, okay, cutting I can do, vegetables cutting, that is second. I'm talking about specifically about cooking. Only one person involvement should be there for the cooking. Even though recipe is common, okay, it should go. I mean, it should be done by only one person. Okay, if more than one person is involved, okay, the actual purpose is going to be defeated. Okay, the curry will not be like a curry. Yes or no? These things will happen. Okay, this is called, okay, if you convert this analogy into the Java, okay, when you allow multiple threads to access to an object at the same time, there will be what? Data inconsistency. This data inconsistency. For the time being, just understand that if you allow multiple threads at the same time, the data won't be perfect. There will be a lot of variations on the data, unexpected variations on the data. You cannot imagine that the data should be, you would be under the impression that the data that you are saving is going to be legitimate. Okay, but because of multi-thread access, okay, the data can be inconsistent. The data can be incorrect. Just like the curry, just like the chicken curry, the data could become incorrect. Okay, this is the drawback. Okay, so now I hope you have understood what does it mean. It lacks data consistency. Are you getting this? Don't worry about these 5 points. These 5 points, I am going to explain each and every point for 1 hour. This is going to take 1 hour in the future topics. So under the array list, okay, so when someone is asking you what is non-synchronized signature, it means the non-synchronization is nothing but multiple threads can access to that object. That is one thing. Okay, and what is the why it is performance is high? When it is non-synchronized, multiple threads can access to that object at the same time, so performance is high. What is data consistency? So there will be data will be compromised. Data will compromised. Okay, so when data is compromised, it is what? It is not a thread safe. So each and every point is interlinked between each other. Okay, just buy out these 5 points for now. Okay, in the future I'm going to take multi-threading concept. Over there, each and every point is going to make more sense. Okay, so what are the things that we have discussed after this? We have discussed about Boolean add method, we have discussed about size method, we have discussed about get method. Okay, today we will focus on few more methods, okay, so that we can close this array list topic. Okay, shall we proceed? Shall we start? Yes, no? Come on, everyone, answer. Okay, then. See, what is this? Okay, let me remove all this. Now you see the power of Java array list. Okay, let me remove this. So I am creating two array list objects. Array list. I am taking a generic tag. By now you know what is a generic. When I say generic, it means we are specifying what type of data that needs to be stored inside this object. Okay, new array list. New what? New array list. Okay, here it is optional. Here you can add or you can keep it blank, no issues. You will not get any error. It is not a compulsion that you need to add the integer generic type here also. You can add or you can leave this blank, no issues. If I leave this blank also, no issues. If you want, you can add, no issues. Okay, so now I am taking, okay, I want to save odd numbers here. Okay, odd. So the name of the object is odd. I am taking another array list. Okay, now I want to keep it as what? Even. Okay, so don't you think that because of these two instructions, okay, let us go back to the paint screen. Okay, let me open the new one. Okay, so don't you think that because of these two instructions, okay, what is the first instruction? Okay, what are the things that is going to happen in the memory level? Okay, so there is a RAM, right? RAM. RAM is here. Okay, what are the things that is going to happen behind the scenes? Okay, this is the RAM. Let me take it here. Okay, so let me duplicate this. Okay, so this is a RAM. So we know that, okay, we have created, how many objects has been created? We have created object 1. The name of the object is reference variable is odd. The name of the reference variable is even. Okay, don't you think that by default it is going to allocate the capacity is going to be what? By default the capacity is going to be 10. Okay, 10. Okay, so in the RAM there will be random memory allocation, right? So it is going to take how many spaces? It is going to consume how many spaces? 10 spaces. Do you agree with me? Any 10 random spaces, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. Okay, so this is okay, and this is what? Because of this object creation, 10 random space will be allocated. Likewise, so we have another object creation for this, and again another 10 blocks of spaces, where the capacity, default capacity is going to get allocated. Yes or no? Okay, so what is the naming convention that we have had for this? The name is ODD, odd number. So my intention is I want to save only odd numbers. Okay, the next name is even. Okay, my intention is I want to save the even number. Okay, now I will introduce you few more methods here. Stay focused. Okay, so these two lines has created what? Has created this memory things. Okay, these are the memory topics. These are the things that is happening behind the scenes. Okay, now we have a method. We have a method inside the array list. Okay, the method name is system.out.println. I can check if the array is empty or not. Okay, there is a method called isEmpty method. Try to focus here. We have discussed three methods. Okay, now I am going to introduce the fourth method. Fourth method is what? The return type is Boolean. Okay, the method name is isEmpty. Empty. Okay, so I can say that this method is going to return the true value if the method is empty, right? Or else it will return false. According to us, don't you think that? Okay, see now, see the program. Okay, I am using this reference variable ODD. I am on ODD. I am calling what? I am calling isEmpty method. Okay, by going by the diagram. Okay, is there any elements that is added inside this obj object? So there are no elements, right? So the this object is empty, right? So when the object is empty, what is the answer that we are supposed to get now? It should return true. See, we are getting true because odd is an array list that is empty. No elements are added. Likewise, if I try to call isEmpty method on top of even reference variable, even this is also empty, right? I should be getting the value true. Okay, now you try to understand one thing. I want to add 5 elements in the odd reference variable. obj.add. Okay, and obj. 5 elements are added. Okay, the value that I am going to give here is 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. Okay, so object is created, 5 elements are added on what? On ODD reference variable. Okay, so going by this, I can say that we can do a manipulation in the diagram. Okay, so in the code, we have 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. Okay, you must understand that the moment you are adding the elements by using the add method, definitely the index number will be created accordingly. 3, 4. Right now you see, if I try to call odd.isEmpty, odd is a reference variable, yes or no? Definitely odd is a reference variable. So I am referring to this, guys. I am referring to this and I am trying to check if this method with this object is empty or not. Is this empty? No, some values are already fulfilled. Okay, we have filled some values. Okay, now what I should get? Now I should get what? False. Okay, now I should get what? I should be getting false. Making sense, everyone? Empty method, is it clear? Yes, no? Come on, make it fast. We will discuss few more methods so that we will conclude this. Hello, Ratna, Jyoti N, Jyoti S, Jayakant. Ratna is not there. Kadesh is not there. They are not responding. Okay. Okay, now the next question. Okay, now the next method. Yes, system dot out and println. 1 minute, guys. Okay, now you see the magic. So there is a method called index of method. Okay, so there is a method called index of method. So in this index of method, I am going to pass a value. Focus here. We got to know what is isEmpty method. isEmpty method is clear for now. Okay, there is a method called index of method. Okay, so I'm using the odd reference variable. Okay, I want to find the index of 7. I want to find the index of 7. Okay, this instruction is going to do what? This instruction is typically, it is going to do something behind the scenes. Okay, so the ArrayList is going to do what? ArrayList is going to do something like, okay, let me copy it here. Okay, odd dot index of 7. It will try to fetch if there is any element, if there is any value 7. It will try to fetch each and every each and every memory space. A 7 is there. As soon as it has identified the respective value, it is going to return the respective index, which is what? 3. So don't you think that the output should be 3 now? Because it is going to return the index 3. Okay, what if I choose 9? Okay, if I choose 9, it has to return 4. Because 9 is placed on the index number 4. Okay, what if I choose something like 10? The value 10 is not even there inside the object reference. Is there any value that is 10? No, there is no value, no such value. So in that case, it is supposed to return -1. Okay, typically there is a method that is lying inside the ArrayList class. Okay, the name of the method is what? 5th one. Index of method. It is going to accept a value of object type. Okay, the purpose of method is to do what? Okay, this method is going to return the index number of the respective object value that is passed inside the method parameter. If the value does not exist, it will return -1. Making sense? 5th method also completed. Making sense? Yes, no? Right? So next one is, let us analyze each and every method. Okay, so I am going to give you the important methods, and so this is one of the important methods, contains. Okay, see, as a developer, okay, now the size of our array list is very small, guys. Okay, we have only five values. Okay, sometimes there could be an array list where it is going to hold a lot of values. Of course, even that is countable, but as per our imagination, it is going to be what? It is going to be an hectic. For example, if you have values like 1 lakh elements or 1 crore elements, okay, if you want to find the specific value is available or not, I want to check if the value 10 is available or not. if the array list is having this value or not. Okay, I want to check. Previously, we were checking the value on top of the index. Now I want to check the same value. I want to check the same value 7. Whether this 7 is present inside this ODD. Okay. If it is present, we are going to get true because 7 is there. This time we are not getting index number. We are just getting an answer. What kind of answer we are getting? Whether the number is present or not. If it is present, true. If it is not present, it is going to return false. Right? We are getting this contains. Okay, sixth method. Contains, it is going to return what? Boolean value, true or false. Boolean. So you will pass an object parameter. Okay. So what it is going to give, what this method is going to do this time. Okay. So don't get confused. The above method is going to return the object, return the index number, but this method is going to return true or false. If it is present, true. If not, it is false. Return the Boolean value as true if the element is present, or else it will return false. Okay, this is the importance of what method? The Boolean method. The contains method that is going to return a Boolean value. Right? So what are the methods? What are remaining methods that we have? We'll test a ECMT we have discussed a last index of. Okay, this method, this is also an important. Last index of. Okay, see. So this method is going to create some confusion. Okay, let me take some duplicate values here. Okay, so I have taken what? 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. Okay, let me remove this two. Okay, I want to add few more elements, 7, as well as I want to add what? I want to add 9. Okay, because of these two new values, okay, I need to make some changes in the memory, isn't it? Okay, previously we have 5 elements, now 2 elements are added. Yes or no? 7 is added, and what? 9 is also added. Right? So as soon as the elements are added, the index number will get generated, obviously. Okay, when I ask by using the last index of something like 7, okay, I want to get the last index of what? 7. What it is going to return? It is returning 5. Okay, so when I want to ask the last index of 9, let us see what is returning. It is returning 6. Okay, I want to find the last index of 3. What it is returning? It is returning what? Okay, what is happening behind the scenes? When I say last index of 7, value 7, I'm passing the value 7. So this instruction is doing some work behind the scenes. What is that? What is that it is doing actually behind the scenes? Okay, I want to check whether I want to find the last index of 7. What does it mean? Last index means 7 can have the object can have the element 7 many number of times. Okay, so the control will start from here. Okay, it will identify the 7 is there, but this is not the last index. We have another 7. The value 7 exists on the third index. The value 7 also exists on the fifth index. Okay, what is the method? The method is designed in such a way that, okay, it is going to give the output of the last index. So according to us, according to the system, okay, the 7, there are 2 7s. This is one 7, this second 7. Okay, it has to return the index of the last index, last 7. Okay, there are no more 7s after this. Okay, this is the last 7. Okay, so output is going to be 5 in this case. Right? If you want to do the same thing with the number 3. If they pass the value 3 is there, but it has only one occurrence. Yes or no? Okay, 3 is here, and there are no more 3s after this. Only this is the only 3, and this could be this is the last 3 and the first 3 as well. So the index 1 will be returned here. Are you getting this? Quick question for you, whether if you are focusing or not. Okay, now you tell me, okay, I want to find the last index of 5. Come on, answer. What is the answer that we are supposed to get? Come on. Who is going to give me? Who is going to give me the answer? Ratna only says it. What about others? No, no answers from you guys. Only Ratna is answering. Good 8. Why 8? Look at the occurrence. 5 has 3 occurrence or 2. 5 has 2 occurrence. This is the first occurrence. Okay, and this is the last occurrence. Okay, the index number of the last occurrence will be returned to the console. As simple as that. Why you take a lot of time for this? It is not even a rocket science mathematics or nothing like that. Good, Ratna, keep it up. Okay, so last index of, let me remove this. I want to keep this example simple. Okay, so the last index, 7th method, last index. Okay, it is expecting an object. Okay, okay, one more thing. What if you want to find an element that is not even in the object? 100. What it is going to return? -1. Okay, and the value is there, it will return the last index. If not, it is going to return what? -1. The value is not there. If the value is not there, it is going to return -1. So obviously the return type is integer, right? And okay, I can copy this. I can paste the same thing. This method is going to return the last index number of the respective object values that is passed inside the particular parameter. The value does not return. Is it making sense? Okay. So what is the 8th case? What is the 8th method that we have? There are so many methods. I am just discussing the important methods. Let me remove this. Let's just keep the object 13579, isn't it? So is there any values that we have added? 13579, 79 is also added. Okay, this is our actual object. Okay, now obj dot okay, now I want to check remove method. Okay, now focus here. Your focus is definitely needed here. Okay, so I want to remove 7 or I want to remove 3. I want to remove 3. Okay, so I need to display something. Before removing, I want to display the values of odd, values that are inside the odd object, and after removing I want to display. Okay, so this is the manipulations. Okay, we are trying to do something. Okay, we are trying to remove an element. Okay, let's see what is happening behind the scenes. Okay, see, 1 3 5 7 9 7 9. Okay, now what is happening? 1 3 5 7. Okay, now what is happening here? When you say by using the remove method, when you define something here, okay, so this is not the value, this is the index number. Okay, the value of this index will be removed. Let me repeat again. If I am trying to remove the 5, here 5 is not the value, we are passing the index. Okay, so according to us, the value 1 will be on the 0th index, it is on the first index, it is on the second index, it is on the third index, it is on the fourth index, and this is on the fifth index, it is on the sixth index. Okay, I want to remove 5. Okay, fifth index. If this 7 will be removed, output should be what? 1 3 5 7 9 9. 1 3 5 7 9 9. Okay, so the remove method is going to return the value that is removed. Okay, on the fifth index number, the value 7 is getting removed. Okay, that value is getting printed. That value is getting printed in the console, and after this the actual array is getting printed. After removing, after making the changes, the actual array in the object is getting printed. Okay, what is exactly happening behind the scenes because of this? If focus here. Okay, what is exactly happening behind the scenes? Because of you want to do something, you want to achieve something by using the remove method. Okay, so I want to remove 5. 5 is not the value, 5 is the index number, right? So I want to remove this index. I want to remove this index. Okay, so what will actually happen is this value inside the fifth index will be removed, guys. Will be removed, will be deleted. One case. Okay, now focus. Once this value is removed, on which index? This value is removed on the fifth index. Yes or no? Right? After having this value removed, okay, the value that is after the fifth index, what is the number we have? 9 we have, right? 9 we have. This 9 will be shifted to the previous location. Shifting will happen. Focus here. Shifting will happen. This 9 will not remain here. Okay, there is a gap, right? So this is the gap. Don't you think that? Can I say this is a gap? This gap needs to be fulfilled. Okay, this in ArrayList, the gap, there should not be any gap. Either the size should increase or size should decrease. Okay, this 9 will be shifted here. This 9 will be shifted. Okay, and when the 9 is getting shifted here, okay, the index number that was previously there will be deleted, will be removed. Are you getting this? Because ArrayList is what? ArrayList is resizable in nature. Resizable means what? When you add element, the size increase. Adding the element will increase the size. Removing the element will decrease the size. You have removed one element on top of particular index. Okay, when you do that, okay, the space has been created. Okay, there is a void, right? Okay. This was the actual value that you want to remove. Okay, you want to remove this on the fifth index. On the fifth index, there is a value 7. Once by using the remove method, this value will be deleted, guys. Okay, so when this value is deleted or removed, an empty space will be created. Okay, there should not be space in between the array list. There should not be any void. Okay, this space needs to be fulfilled by this the next index, the value that is placed inside the next index. Okay, this will be shifted here. Okay, when this value is getting shifted here, the index, obviously this index will also get deleted. Okay, so where is the proof? What is the actual proof for this? Okay, now when I print this, I should get the size as what? I should get the size as 6. Let us see, are we getting the size as 6 or not? After removing, okay, odd dot size. Okay, I should get 6. Size is 6. Okay, see, this is the values that we got after removing. Yes or no? After removing, we have these values. This is the order that we have. This is the order that we have: 135799, 135799. There is no gap. There is no index 6. Are you getting this? The elements will be shifted. Okay, now next thing, keep these things in mind. Okay, next thing, let me remove this. Okay, now you see, okay, I also want to remove something like the index 1. Okay, I want to remove index 1. Okay, so what will happen? Focus here, what will happen? Okay, so value inside the index 1 I want to remove. So what is a value inside the index 1? So this is the value 3 inside the index 1. Okay, this will get removed. Okay, when this is getting removed, each and every element needs to fill this. Okay, this 7 will move to the space, and this 9 will be moving to the space, and this 9 will also be moving to this space. Okay, and the index number 5 will be deleted. Now the size of the array is 5. Lot of shifting will happen if you're touching one element. If you're removing one element, internally the placeholders of the index, the placeholders of the value should be shifted to the left side, to the left direction. Are you getting this or not? Okay, so where is the proof? Okay, let me print this once again. Okay, now you see the output. See, 15799. Don't we have the same output? 15799. Are you getting this or not? If you are getting this, let's type H in the chat box or type no. Are you able to follow everyone? So again and again I am repeating, that is why it is called as what? The resizable in nature. Okay, this is what the resizable is. Okay, I hope the remove method is completely understandable now. Okay, now let us do some play. Okay, I don't want this. Okay, let me keep this simple. Okay, so these are the actual elements. Okay, we will do some more manipulations. Obj dot, not what obj, odd dot. Okay, remove method, we have got some clarity. Okay, and yes, do we have discussed about the get method? Okay, we will discuss about this. Okay, get method. Do we have discussed about this get method? Get method is already discussed. Okay, now we will discuss about what? We will discuss about this. Let's discuss about this add method. Okay, so add method is not going to return anything. So if it is not returning anything, you're not supposed to use that in the println statement. Okay, directly you can do this void dot add. Okay, so far we have added 1357979. So these elements are there. Okay, let me add back those elements, or let me create a new let me use this space. Okay. So what are the elements that we have with us? Okay, 1357979. Yes or no? I want to take same elements. 1 3 5 7 9 7 9. Right, this is what? This is odd. Okay, and as soon as the values are added, okay, the respective index numbers will be created. Okay, so now what we are trying to do, so there is a statement. Okay, what kind of statement is it? Okay, I want to add some element. I want to add some element on one index. For example, on index 3, I want to add what? I want to add something like 100. Focus here. On index 3, I want to, first parameter is an index parameter, second parameter is a value that you want to add. Okay, so before adding, let us print. Before adding, let us print the not even odd. Okay, after adding, let us print. What is this? After adding. Okay, now by looking at the output, we can come to the conclusion. See, the actual values are getting displayed before adding. Before using this, what are the actual values that we have in the memory? 1357979. Good, very good. Okay, now we are trying to add 100 on top of third index number. Focus here. Focus here. So this is the values that is getting stored, that has been stored inside the memory. Now I am trying to do what? I am trying to do something. What is that something? Okay, I am using a method add, which is an overloaded method. Okay, the first thing is index. Okay, and the second thing is what? The value. Okay, you have an index 3. On top of index 3, I want to add 100. Okay, so when you add 100, this 7 will not be deleted. Remember, 7 will not be deleted. What will happen behind the scenes is these all elements, okay, each and every, this 7 will be shifted to the fourth index, 9 will be shifted to the seventh. How many elements you are adding? 100 element you want to add here. We want to add 100 element here. Okay, a lot of shifting needs to be done. Okay, this needs to be shifted here. Okay, 7 needs to be shifted here. Okay, 9 is to be shifted here, right? And this 7 has to be shifted here, right? Then 100 will be placed here. No values will be deleted. Okay, and the 9 is going to get a new index, which is what? 7. What are the new values that we have in the memory? 135, 100, 7, 9, 7, 9. Do we have the same values in the 13500 797? Are you getting this? Lot of shifting is happening. Like if it is just like, okay, in your college you will be sitting in the bench. Okay, in a bench a maximum of 5 persons or 4 persons can sit in a bench. Yes, huh? So this can be the person 1, okay, this can be the person 2, this can be the person 3, this can be the person 4. Okay, and so all these persons are in the order 1, the first person, second person. According to my perspective, if I am a teacher, I would say that the person who is sitting on the left corner is the first person, second person, third person, fourth person, right? All of a sudden, one of the person from the next bench, or the bench, from the next bench or next class wants to sit in this place or sit in this place. When that is happening, okay, the order is going to get changed, right? Okay, this person has to move here, okay, and this person has to come here. Okay, again from my perspective, the newly added person is going to be the second person, and he is going to be the third person, and he is going to be the fourth person. Okay, and the last person who was holding the fourth number before has now become fifth person. Are you getting this? If you are adding a value, it means you are not replacing that value, you are adding the value so that the remaining values will be shifted accordingly. Okay, this is when you want to add something, the actual value will be shifted to this place. This value will be shifted to this place, right? And this value is shifted to this place, right? And this value is going to get shifted to this place. Making sense? The power of add method, the power of overloaded add method, lot of shifting is happening. Okay. What is the method that we are discussing now? Add method. Last index of we got. That's how my voice is clear and my screen is visible.
Yes, Sama.
Okay. Okay, we are discussing about what? The add method. So what is it? Return type is void add. Okay, the first parameter is index parameter. Okay, integer index. Okay, the second parameter is what? Integer. Object value. Okay, this method will allow you to add the specific value on top of the given index number. Okay, and the existing value on the respective index will be shifted to the right direction. A lot of internal shifting will happen because of this add method. Okay, now my doubt is, I have a doubt, guys. Okay, I am choosing an index now. I am choosing an index like 10. Is there any index like 10 here? Okay, let me run this. So we are getting an exception. Index out of bound. Why index out of bound exception we are getting now? Okay, So we have only 7 indexes here. Okay, I am choosing something that index is not even exist. I am choosing some index like 10 index. It is not even exist. Right? If you are choosing something where the index number is not even exist, then you will get index out of bound. You have an option to add any elements, okay, that are within the index limit. Okay, this is one of the things that you need to remember. So what we are getting, we are getting the index out of bound exception. Okay, so I can say that the answer can be very simple here. Please be informed that if you are adding an element on an index number does not exist, then you will get the below error. What is it below error? Index out of bound, right? And now one more to overcome this. Okay, so your requirement is you want to add something, you want to replace something. Okay, so for example, I want to consider the index number 3, but I do not want to do the shifting, I just want to do the replacement. Okay, is there any method just like that to do the replacement? Okay, so there is a method called set method. Okay, let me introduce you. Let me remove this. Now this time I do not want to do the replacement. Okay, I just want to do what? I want to set the value. Okay, on the third index, instead of 7, I want 700. I want what? I want 700. Okay, let me run this. Okay, let me print after. See, so 1357979 is the actual index number. Okay, on the third index, okay, I want to replace 7 with 700. Okay, 700 is replaced. Okay, it is going to return an integer. Which number is getting removed, that number will be returned to us. Ideally, what is happening behind the scenes is very simple. Okay, the same example, everywhere the same example. Okay, behind the scenes, what is this, guys? Okay, copy, paste. Okay, what are the actual values that we have? 1357979, isn't it? Let me make it really quick. 1357979. Okay, what are the index numbers? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Isn't it? So now I am doing what? I am using a set method. Okay, odd set 3 should be replaced with 700. Okay, this 3 is referring to what? Index number. Okay, so a cursor will be created and it will try to random access, right? So on top of 3 index, okay, it has identified 3 index. Yeah, what it is going to do now, it is not going to do shifting, it will remove this 7 will be returned to the console. The 7 will be returned in the console. Okay, this is the return value. What value that is getting replaced, that value will be returned. Okay, and 700 will be placed here. Okay, no shifting is there. The array size of the array remains same. This time there is no shifting, only replacement is happening. If you just want to do the replacement, you can choose this. But if you do not want to do the replacement, but if you want to add, right, you can use this one. Are you getting this? What I'm trying to say? So what is this element that we have? Set method. Okay, set method is going to return integer set. Okay, you have what? You have integer index. You will give the index number and you will give a value on the respective index. This value will be replaced and the resultant value is going to be what? The replaced value will be printed in the console. Okay. This method is used to set a particular value on top of the respective index, and the value that is already there will be return. Right? So let's see, and what are the remaining methods that we have. So out dot set we have. Is there any other method that we need to discuss? Contains as code is empty, remove all. Size method we discussed. Move method we have discussed. Add method, ensure capacity not required. Okay, now you see, I will introduce few more things. So I have odd variable and I have even variable. Okay, so let me reduce these values. So I have 4 values inside the odd reference. Okay, I want to take 4 values inside the even reference. Even dot. Okay, so I want to do what? Okay, this is going to be 0. Okay, 0, 2, 4, 6. Okay, so now what I want to do, system dot outer println odd dot, okay, add all. So add all is a method. Okay, now you see the beauty of this array list. ODD. Before adding, after adding, I want to see we have 1357. Now we have 1357, something like this. Okay, what is exactly happening behind the scenes? Okay, so I have some set of values inside this ODD and even. Okay, this can be visualized in such a way that, okay, okay, so we have odd even, right? So this is what odd. This reference is for what? Even. What are the values that was added in the odd? 1357. What are the values that we have in the even? 0, 0, 2, 4, 6, 8. Okay. What is the method that I have just used? Okay, odd, add all. Add all. Okay, now you see. Okay, I'm using the odd reference variable dot. I am calling a method add all method. I am passing what? I am passing another reference variable which is even. Okay, even. Even means the values inside this even reference variable will be added. Will be added accordingly. According in the sense, this 0 will occupy here. Okay, this 2 will occupy here. This 4 will occupy here. This 6 will occupy here. This 8 will occupy here. So ideally the answer is going to be 0, 2, 4, 6, 8. Okay, these are the indexes 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, what is the final output that we have? 1357, 0, 2, 4, 6, 8. Okay, don't you think that we have the same output? Okay, after adding, it is going to return what? True. When the elements are added successfully, it will return true, or else it will return false. Okay, what is the final output? 1357, 0, 2, 4, 6. So 8 is not there. I have included 8. Okay, let me remove this. 1357, 0, 2, 4, 6. So the same output we have got. Okay. So what is the 10th method? Boolean. 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 Add all. Okay. Object type. This method will add all the elements from one object to the one object that is based in the parameter of the other object. Okay, so this will successfully return the boolean value or return the value true if the elements are right. So what is the method? We have two more methods. Let me conclude that really quick. So we have add all method, right? And so there is a method. Look at this. You can choose like this. Okay, you want to add elements from which index? If you want to add all the even elements, that is starting from the second index. So when I do this, okay, from the second index the elements will get added. Okay, 1 3 5 7 we have. Okay, 1 is on 0th index, 3 is on first index. Okay, from the second index 0, the even elements will be added 0 2 4 6. The remaining elements will be shifted accordingly. So you also have an option to add the object values on a particular index. Okay, so you want to add even elements. Okay, what are the even elements? You have 0 2 4 6, 4 elements here. From which index you want to add? From the second index you want to add. Okay, if that is the situation, if that is the case, if that is the scenario, you can do that from the second. Okay, if you want to add from the first index, okay, all these even numbers will be added in the from the first index 0 2 4 6. If you want to add from the 0th index, okay, all these numbers will be added in the 0 to 4 6. The remaining elements will get shifted. If you want to add from the third index, okay, all the elements will be added from the third index, right? So add all as an overloaded method. Boolean add all, okay, integer index number. Okay, this method will add all the elements. Object with respect to index. Okay, so this is the 11th method, and okay, you have remove method. Okay, the remove method is also going to do the same thing. Okay, it is going to remove all the elements that is there. Okay, you can try the remaining methods. Okay, so these are the main methods that I have come across. It is no, these are the list of methods. Okay, you can do what? Okay, you need to understand the internal complications. Okay, especially when you add an element. Okay, when you add some elements, there is a lot of shifting. Okay, you need to work on this, do some practice and try to understand this shifting. Okay, so the concept of array list is completed by now. Okay, tomorrow we'll start discussing about what? Tomorrow we'll start discussing about the linked list. Okay, revise this topic and come tomorrow. The linked list is going to be easy. Okay,